Drunken Commentary. I feel like I don't just want to watch the movies with you, I'd like to share some history with you. So many of you have probably not seen this wonderful piece of technology. The RCA CED. Like there were two plants that pressed these, and one of them was the big RCA plant in Indianapolis, so they're kind of easier to find here. We are going to be watching Friday the 13th, Part 3. Not my favorite Friday the 13th, but probably the most commentatable one to watch. And we are gonna watch it on CED. Now, I bought a couple of these, like at a flea market, just because they were awesome. I thought I was gonna hang them on my wall. Tiffany Lilith Quinn, who loves dead formats, was like, no, chick, you need a player. So she found me one on eBay, and I was like, okay, I'm not paying a bunch of money. Well, it was like, it powers on. I won the auction for like $40. That included shipping. So I got this lovely piece of machinery right here. And it even was in the box it came in. Yes, I had to resurrect it, so props to Slade Shepherd, who helped me figure all of this out. So yes, it did power on, which that's a very small amount of it. So basically it's gonna take this whole thing in there, gonna pull in what's essentially a record in here to play the movie. It's going to pull that out, push this caddy back, so I take it out, and then it's gonna push the record down and play it. And then halfway through the movie, you have to flip it over for intermission. Here we go, guys. This is your first experience probably watching anything on a CED, but definitely Friday the 13th, Part 3. So check this out. Right, you put the caddy in. Oh, look. You pull it out. And the movie's in there. You can only go forward and pause. You can't rewind. But it's a beautiful thing. I think you will agree that this is a beautiful thing. Okay, one thing that people always ask me about this is, what is the difference of quality between this and VHS? It's really hard to tell when you're watching on a, 60-inch Ultra 4K TV. I will say it is a different format. It's more of a digital format. You can notice that when it has interruptions, it's not like tracking lines. It's more like what you would get with a Laserdisc, kind of that pixelation. Turn this bad boy down.
Jason!
Jenny, I love you.
Hold on, Jason.
Quiet it down, girl. When I was re-engineering this, and yes, when I say re-engineering, like I had to remake belts out of hair ties. So I'm kind of proud of this. I had to open it up, and you would see like the movie is actually on like an LP. We're gonna fix that. Mrs. Voorhees is fucking up my focus. Friday the 13th Part 2, and particularly Jenny and Sackhead Jason. Those are probably my favorites. Not probably, they really are. But Part 3 has the outlandishness that we have grown to love in this franchise. And that's why I say it's a little bit more commentatable. That's probably not a word, but I'm gonna use that. So many years ago, probably 23 years ago, in art theater, on Halloween, they played Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. And we're not talking about like the 3D like you get here, like when you buy the DVD, glasses. No, we're talking like theater, like the print. We all had on our glasses. Everybody walked out with a migraine, but it was really fun. And it made me appreciate the movie a little bit more because I had always watched this picking out what I thought would be the 3D effects. You can't help but do that. And so many of them seem like just kind of cheap things. You'll see one in a second, the pole going towards the camera, the snake. I mean, they're not anything that has to do with the actual horror for the most part, but like watching it in the actual 3D made you realize that there were a lot more 3D effects for what it was worth. I still find it funny that even like new 3D, where it's like you just wear the glasses, that you could walk out and not, you know, even care that you had them on. That just is not a big thing, because I think so many people are like, it just does not jive with our brains. It just really doesn't. I can only watch a 3D movie if like I'm in IMAX and I'm like way, way, way at the top. Otherwise, I get a headache. Oh, well, of course, he's just gonna crawl away. You know. Man, she's looking bad. Okay, here we go. This has been my ringtone forever. I don't ever have my phone on ring, but here. And I will tell you, that jumps out at you when you're watching it in 3D. So, this song was actually like a disco hit, you know, whatever, Billboard hit for a while when this came out. It actually really kind of jams. R.I.P. Richard Parker. I never got to meet him. Harry Manfredini, though, I did meet him. And the very first thing he said to me was, "You look like my third wife." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I only have had 2 wives." He is the funniest fucking guy ever. And by the end of the Friday the 13th tour, I was like, man, if he proposes to me again, I think I'm all in. Here we go, kids. Now going into the 3D part. Oh my God. Which you can't even read the sign on this, but that's okay. These movies weren't made to be in like super high def, and definitely CED wasn't, but there's charm here. There's charm, motherfuckers. All y'all was like, oh, I got the VHS. Well, fuck you. Hey, Mom. She's just a little too young to be already at this point. Remains at large, and you just turn off the TV. I don't know. No one in any of the movies really seems too fazed by the fact that things like this have happened close and that there's still somebody on the loose. So why does Harold like train so much? You know, we all have our hobbies. I really can't like fault anyone for that one. By the way, those are hot rollers. You would not leave those in your hair for a long time. Those little foam rollers, you would leave them in like overnight. But the hot rollers, that's pretty much like 20 minutes and you're done. Day fly eggs, babe. My sister ate a Pounce cat treat once. Day fly eggs. Now this is disgusting. I mean, this is fucking disgusting. Only it's like the produce is not refrigerated. The fucking rabbit, which if you've ever had a rabbit, they are fucking disgusting. They're nasty. They poop and pee everywhere and they just stink. It's all over the food. And then he's going through and like eating half a donut. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I got a bottle of fucking Sunny D or whatever and it was already opened, I'd be like, hey, not gonna drink this, right? Especially after seeing this movie. There's bunny poop on my lettuce. Yeah, probably not gonna eat it. Like, I know this is the 80s, but I mean, things were still pretty sealed up. Come on.
The doctor said you have to lose weight now, didn't he? You know,
I don't know.
I'm trying to help you, but you just keep sneaking food behind my back.
Well, yeah, when you have a fucking convenience store in the front of your house, of course you're going to.
Filthy animal back where it belongs. Come on.
Dude, I'd be more tempted with all those, like, boxes of, like, fucking Miller Lite and shit he's got out back. Can't believe they leave that outside. People just steal that shit. And I say that the bunny is disgusting, and I sat here last time I did this, and I actually, like, chewed on my dog's paw. So, whatever. We'll have another cameo from one of my dogs. Probably not Snickers. She's already had her 15 minutes. I have 2 more. Okay, I can honestly say every time I sit down and I'm looking for my pencil, which happens a lot, like I have my notebook and I'm like, where the fuck did I put my pencil? I always think of this. I'm like, oh, hang on a second. There's somebody who wants to make a cameo. You want to be on camera, don't you? Everybody gets Snickers! Ah! Say hi, Snickers. Her Snickers. She has some fake blood on her head from earlier when I was making some. Snicks, what do you think about this movie? She really stinks. You know that it's ki ma ma ma, right? Yeah. Come on, if you're gonna be on camera, play it up, kid. You're being kind of lame tonight. Sorry, Snickers. You're no muffin. What's funny though, she just came right up to my butt and just kind of sat there like, are you talking about putting a dog on camera? Because I'm here. Snickers, if you're gonna sit here, stop munching your ass. And here's another obligatory 3D moment. I even have Snickers hair in my mouth. Now, she always annoys me for a few reasons. So, not just her character, but also Dana Kimmel was like a Mormon. She like refused to cuss and like didn't agree with like having sex before marriage and all this other stuff. And it's like, okay, one or the other. Either you embrace this stuff and you don't act all preachy about it, or you just don't do it.
You gotta quit doing those things.
This is like almost the birth of the ragtag group of friends who don't seem like they should be friends. Like a lot of the times, it's like they're put together in a situation, right? Like if you think Friday the 13th 1 and 2, it's just like they're all like hired. But this is like they're all supposed to be connected somehow.
What are they saying?
But yet we seem to start building that true idea of the tropes.
So, which one's my date?
Hey, it's the dipshit in the mask. Chubbing Chili. They seem very old. They seem much older. They actually were of college age. They were younger than some of the other people in this movie. He's got that like Jerry Garcia, I've been around the block kind of look.
Hurry!
No way.
Gaining on you.
Chuck, come on.
We're pregnant. I have a real problem with Debbie. All right, everybody, spit it out. We're gonna dry it out when we get to the cabin. Hey, look, it's Eric Estrada.
Okay, you guys, show's over.
Got fired from
Let's move it back
Chips.
over here, all right? Come on, you guys.
This guy's like, whoa, I just came here to get some donuts.
Stop the van! What? Stop!
What? What? There's a body in the middle of the road. Stop. You ain't no crazy Ralph. You ain't no crazy Ralph.
Don't touch him. You don't know what he's doing.
Well, I know where he's been. He's been in the middle of the road sleeping, dumbass. So I'm over here making a salad, but I do have to comment on this. So, fucking Rick.
Chris, come on down. You go ahead.
He's in the fucking house,
Look around.
and she doesn't know it, and then he sneaks up on her and then gets pissed at her because she's scared. I really hate him. And why is he wearing Mrs. Voorhees' fucking sweater later? I know it's one of those like coincidences that nobody really realized till like later, like people like me. But come on.
Hello?
Did it just get cold here? It's me. Oh, he really does not deserve to get laid at all. Fuck face.
My imagination, or is it cold in here?
Fuck you, Rick. Fuck you, I hate you. When you're like, a couple months pregnant, you're not like fucking sick as a dog. You don't want to fucking like just fucking hole up in a corner.
All right.
Because I don't understand why
Nobody wears wedge heels and is like fucking horny all the time and not sick and not wanting to take a nap all the time. If they're as pregnant as she is.
You realize, of course, that I gave up an opportunity to spend the weekend with Mary Jo Conrad.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you just go spend the weekend with Mary Jo Conrad?
To be with the Mary Jo Conrad for little old me.
That's right.
Actually, don't, because I'd rather you be dead.
Now's the time.
So basically,
Now's the place. You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
help you with this bale of
What we
hay,
should do?
and then you're gonna fuck me, and then we're gonna rest, and then you're gonna fuck me
Go on
again.
dates.
If you want me to help you with the bale of hay again.
And 2 at night.
Notice, rope goes all the way down to the ground. So this was a built cabin. It really didn't have an upstairs. I mean, it had the downstairs, it had the stair steps, and there was just a fake front. And then the rest was built outside of that. Why anybody puts up with Shelley is beyond me. I really don't like the characters in this, but I love them, but I don't like them. Except for Rick, I really hate him. Oh, he's dead?
Yeah. I guess I fooled you, huh? Chris, leave him alone. He doesn't know any better.
How does
It was a
he know?
joke.
He's like met him for like
It was
2
just a
seconds
joke.
in the van.
I didn't mean to.
You never mean to.
You never mean to.
So, this scene, they're walking.
Probably just my imagination.
This was not supposed to be outside,
I want to
But-
get to you.
there were bugs in the cabin,
Enjoy the weekend.
and they had to call an exterminator, so they had to shoot this all outside that day. Well, they exterminated the cabin.
We don't accept no food stamps.
Shelley!
Little racism. Master
I
Kung
need
Fu,
some
he's
money.
looking at porn. Oh. Booby magazine. And when you run into a black biker gang in New
Excuse
Jersey,
me, I believe that's my wallet.
you know you're in a horror movie.
Can I buy you 2 guys a beer or something?
An Olympia beer?
I'll take that now.
I'm not sure that I've
Sure,
ever had an
Robert.
Olympia beer.
Can your mama teach you manners? If you want something,
Yes.
You
Please
asked.
give me back my rubber.
nice.
Please, be cool.
Hey, Shelley's at least trying.
May I please have the wallet?
You mean, may I please have the wallet, ma'am?
I get pissed if people call me ma'am. You guys are like, this isn't a drunk commentary. This is eating a salad
real
commentary. I may have gotten Head Start. This may be my dinner.
Hey, that was a 20.
Oh, well, did you want to get your ass kicked,
Good.
dipshit? And again, you should have just like
I know
rode
to handle a
this.
situation like that.
He was kind of cool here.
Let's just hope
whatever,
next
he
time
just-
isn't too soon.
He jumped the gun a little bit too fast in the cabin. Like, she's willing to be your friend, motherfucker. Go for that. The fact that anyone is willing to be your friend at this point in time is amazing.
Uh-oh.
And he fucks that up. I mean,
Oh shit.
oh shit is right. So now, front windshields have the like mesh in them, so if they get busted, they don't come back at you. But side windows still don't have that. And of course, those windows are made out of sugar glass, so.
Where are you going?
But really, he's like, oh, he's a badass here. He was the one who knocked over their bikes. I think they just would have let him go. And Rick's premium goes way
Hey,
up.
what do you say we go get some exercise?
This is all the
Yeah.
exercise I need.
Obvious 3D.
It's close. Hey, you what with that thing?
See, now you can see like how the interference works here. Different than
I'm
VHS.
warning you, Ann.
This is like the only part I don't understand
We had
Rick.
a slight misunderstanding
I mean,
with the motorcycle.
that I'm on Rick's side, I guess I should say. I'd be like, fuck this bitch, I'm out of here.
It was nothing.
Here, take this card to the fucking shop.
My poor car, what did you do?
Yeah, well, it was sorry, you know.
What the fuck, Mary Jo Conrad?
Few
Fuck
minor
you.
repairs.
Where are you going?
Away from
Don't be
here.
a doormat, Chris. Oh my god.
Stay with
God. I really hate their dynamic. She's made up this whole thing about being pregnant because she's afraid she's gonna lose him. Nobody just walks around. Nobody who's pregnant walks around in fucking bikini and wedge sandals. Half the time, how anybody finds out they're pregnant is that they're like dog ass sick. Yeah, siphoning gas, not a good idea, I would think. I don't know. Never done it. I hope that I never have to. Now, what, like black girl in a biker gang, like used to grow up in a barn environment where she would just swing from the rafters. Foxy. Foxy is pretty well rounded, huh? I love her like whimsical, like youth-like enthusiasm in this barn. Okay, Sheila E., let's get this going.
Shit.
Oh, shit is right. Well, you almost impaled yourself. But going up that rickety stairway to the loft seems like a really good idea. Well, not the other two people you're with. So it's a safe thing to say, just go. Man, this one might not get edited a whole lot. I got something to say about every fucking second of this movie. So when I was a kid, and I'd watch them all like in succession.
What the hell are you doing?
With my friends and things.
Get off that thing!
This sequence was always my favorite. Between her dying
He's gonna be pissed he sees you
and him
screwing
going
around.
up and getting
Come on.
a
We
cigarette.
got shit to do.
What are your fondest memories as a child? To be fair, I was a teenager. And I guarantee that every person that I watched these with, like, would judge me now that I'm sitting here watching them when I'm 43 years old.
What?
And it was one of the few that was like, you know, a kill 3D effect. I mean, both of these things. When he turns around and sees her, like, that's a good one. This was probably the strongest, like, 3D scene, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then, you know, the pitchfork coming at him, the cigarette coming out. I got my asleep. There you go, bud. You go. He can walk on his hands. She's never seen that before. What are you doing? And I know people like say, oh, hey, there's just a pond or whatever. I mean, okay, this is like at Camp Crystal Lake, right? But they never say she lives on the lake. Like, I mean, I live on a lake, but then I have people
No, I don't think
up here
live anywhere
who
else.
live, like, who have like a retention
most
pond.
people.
You guys really don't care. And this was something they did incorporate into the movie because they found out both of those guys could juggle.
I don't stop this.
Replay of part 2.
Andy, I can think of much better things for you to be doing with your hands.
Like flipping through Fangoria magazine with me. Reading about Tom Savini. Man, look at that ass in those fucking JCPenney slacks, right?
I guess that leaves you and me. Sort of.
Yep,
And I'm trying to be nice.
you really are very good at that.
She gives you compliment. Let it go, right there. Go get her a beer or something.
You and I got to know each other a little today, you know?
No,
I like you. I like you a
turn
lot.
on the radio.
I was thinking
Offer
that
her a
maybe,
sandwich.
you know,
You just can't teach that stuff. It's kind of social common sense kind of thing. Man, I had a sweatshirt like that and I really liked it. I'd like to have another one of those. Because it just had the little pocket in front. Actually, it's really relevant for now because that'd be a great place to put your phone. Halfway through the movie, stops. You gotta put daddy back in. It says UL for unload. And just flip it over. Lucky has the boots.
How do we do it?
Well, first we take our clothes off, and then you get on top of me, or I could get on top of you.
Man, that sounds
I know how to
thrilling.
do it. I mean, how
You see, you put your
You can figure
daddy
something.
parts into my mommy parts.
Everything
Oh,
a long time
Chris's
ago.
monologue right here.
Look, Chris, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I want to.
God, he has
I
no
want you to know
neck.
what happened so you understand.
That cable knit sweater does him no fucking favors.
Everything is so clear in my mind as if it were happening right now.
I can't imagine being the actress who's
I don't know if you
handed
remember.
this monologue. It's been 2 years, and I've
The
obviously
minute I
talked
walked
to you
in the
because we
door,
set this up,
yelling at me and cursing
but I
me.
haven't like talked to you about this.
It's under an old oak
Brrrr,
tree.
brrrr,
I fell
brrrr.
asleep. All I can remember next
Is this
being startled
curvy
and
guy. So everybody has a Friday the
There was
13th
this cracking noise
movie
behind me.
idea, like a fan film / sequel,
I turned
whatever.
around.
I personally want to make something between part 2 and 3.
Hideous looking man.
I'm not gonna go any further because I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
He was so grotesque. He was almost inhuman.
Maybe I'll just talk to Vincent DeSanti and he'll make it. Friday the 13th, 2.5. Brad Thornton and I.
I was so hysterical. I don't know
We're gonna
how
make
I was
it.
even able to think. But
Lucky.
when I woke up, I was in my own bed.
He's still
My
trolling for a
parents
poop
never said a word
spot.
about it.
Right.
They act as if the whole thing never happened, but it did.
Because they're shitty parents? But, you know, I mean, we're not gonna act like anything happened, but we won't go back to this fucking place.
I'll never forget that horrible face. Never.
That's no way to
What's
talk
that?
about Jason Voorhees.
Damn it, it's that battery. I charged it yesterday.
Yeah, honey, you just can't leave your lights on.
It may just start anyway. Let me try.
No, he won't. You can't just leave your lights on. Except in fact it's a
We'll
bug.
have to watch that.
So we're kind of notoriously like unreliable. God, he's like fucking young Herman Munster or something. Oh, Lucky's ready to come in and out. Lucky, have you had a satisfying poop, my darling? See? Like I said, I can't edit any of this because I have something to say about every fucking minute of this movie. So, he has to go out to an outhouse to go to the bathroom. But Debbie takes a shower. And there's the sink, you know, whatever, there's running water. And as a kid, I was always like, well, how could you have running water and no, like, sewer? Like, why wouldn't you just get in the shower and pee if you had to? I mean, which I guess you could. And then I went to college in Fairbanks, Alaska. And I actually met somebody who, she lived in her childhood home. And they had that situation. There was a shower. They had sinks. But they had an outhouse. And I'm just like, yeah, I probably would just go pee in the shower. I just didn't understand. Like, I would just, yeah.
Heavy shit.
Get a bucket by the front door and go poop there. I had friends who did that too. I tried to stay in like normal housing during school just because it's like I was trying to like actually like take care of like what I was there for. In the summer I always like lived in somewhere kind of crazy. I had a cabin that didn't not only have running water, didn't have an outhouse. I had a stoop. It was a little like box on top of the hill.
Hard. I didn't mean to scare you like that.
Between you and Shelley, I'm lucky I haven't
And I
had
had a little
heart attack
pet
already.
moose.
What's Butterball up to now?
I don't know. He just ducked into the barn.
There were like
Come on,
blackberry
let's do
bushes
something
by the
nice.
stoop. And this moose like would come and eat the blackberries, and my dog was a puppy. He would come and bark at the moose, and the moose would just be like, what the fuck? And I'd just be like, I'm pooping. Doesn't get any more nature than that, kids. I mean, Bear Grylls could probably tell better stories, but I got my memories. Now, why does she care that she dropped his wallet after he did that? Seriously.
That'll teach you a valuable lesson. If beautiful girl like you should never go out in the dark alone.
So I just watched a rape revenge movie from 1974 called Act of Vengeance, where these women who have all been raped by the same guy
I have to.
form a rape squad, which was apparently something, it kind of turned into movie of the week. Something from that time period. But the guy who raped them wore like a orange jumpsuit, like a mechanic's looking jumpsuit, and a hockey mask. And this was 1974. Halloween and Friday the 13th had not come out at that point in time. But he made them sing Jingle Bells. That was like his sadistic thing, which to me is like the worst. Because if I hear somebody like humming a Christmas song in February, I want to punch them. Like December, it's the only time for Christmas music. So I probably would have gone all ragey on the rapist. I would have been like, I'm not fucking singing Jingle Bells. It's August, you motherfucker. So he is like one of the few people I've met from this movie. Maybe the only one I've met from this movie. So I had this coloring book that was like, it was like Friday the 13th based, and there was one picture that was obviously supposed to be him, and I colored it and I gave it to him when I met him. So this is one of those things that comes up as a flub, no matter what they do, is no matter which version you watch, this is like kind of, it's like a little slow motion. When she's looking at the picture, it's just like one of those editing issues. I'm sorry, but why? I would just be like, fuck him. Fuck him. That looks really fucking cold. Nope, can't reach it with a stick. It's gone.
Sorry.
That was one of my favorite kills.
I got
when
it.
I was a kid. I mean, still is, but
Who are you? What are you doing?
when I remember what hooked me on these
Hey,
movies,
now cut that out right now. That's not funny.
this was one of the ones that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is the best one yet. They both sold out way too early. If that's the look on your face after your
Best one yet.
best fucking sex ever,
Was
where you're
it,
just like, oh,
You,
best
me, or
one
the
yet.
hammock?
No.
I vote for the hammock.
I mean, she looks like
Where you
she's just
going?
relieved that it's over.
Take a shower. You gotta try it sometime.
Oh my god. Pee while you're in there so you don't have to go to the outhouse there, baby. Oh, and see, this one was another one. And this really hadn't been done. I mean, maybe it had been done, but it hadn't been overdone. Like the whole crotch split thing. Even though you don't really see it, it does still, like, at least back then, would give you like that cringe factor.
Andy! Yeah? Are you still out there? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you really see very little. You really do. But
Can you quit fooling around?
will you quit washing your arms over and over and over? And your shoulders. Wash the shoulders. Wash the shoulders. Seriously.
Andy, I changed my mind.
I don't want that beer.
Because that blows my cover.
Andy?
Andy, I'm going to talk to you like this for the rest of our lives after I trick you into marrying me. Oh, I hate it when you don't listen to me. Andy. How do you get the blood off the floor? I mean, I guess she's
Andy?
not like looking down, so I guess you could. I'm pretty oblivious when it
Andy?
comes to shit like that, but.
Did you hear me about that beer? Andy?
Why do you care? He's opened 2 beers. He can drink them
I
both.
hate when you don't answer me.
You know what? It's a good thing you both die because you're just going to go through a lifetime of that kind of shit the rest of your lives, kids. Godzilla. 25 years with Godzilla. A few more now.
Take a shortcut.
Some more obligatory 3D. Ooh, now I want popcorn. Sounds kind of good. I don't think I have any though. It doesn't go with wine.
I'm just practicing.
Those two are the most playful ones. I like them. Although they seem a little dated, you know, like this might have worked more like in like late 70s. The whole hippie thing. Be a man. Like trucking, got my chicken, trucking. Or more relevant to this movie. Driving my train.
So what if it's dark?
High on cocaine. Harold, you better watch those Dayfly X. Okay, I would criticize him for this, except for I let my dog out in the snow today with no shoes on. And I was like, yeah. Not a good choice on my part, kids. Not at all. Is that a waffle iron? Why is there a waffle iron? A waffle iron and a pinup girl and like a dead rat. That's a combo right there, kids.
All
Alright. I post racier shit than that on the daily, man. Funny what kept our soldiers going back in the 40s. You almost got it there, Bob.
What's going on?
And this is one I question would like kill you that fast. Not her, not him, but her with the poker. Oh my god, I'm so sorry if I'm giving away spoilers. Like ahead of time telling you how people die. Oh no. You know what? They're like, yay! Yeah, no. I mean, the whole thing would be hot. Not just the end of it, but whatever. And it would cauterize the wound, wouldn't it? So theoretically, it really wouldn't kill her. Never thought about that.
The switch sure came up.
Good thing I've got your members only jacket on.
It's hard to believe the wild, but she's already in bed.
Yeah, well, who knows with those guys?
Well, you don't because you've only known them for like 5 minutes.
What's going on here?
No, you tell me they're your friends.
Yeah,
Listen,
now
I'm
he's like, oh, now they're your
What's going on
friends.
up there?
Oh, Rick, I hate you.
And
Fucking shut him the fuck up. Oh yeah. Can I have your Nikes? These are kind of sweet, man. Oh, and they're blue. The swoosh is blue. It matches his cape on that sweater.
Ooh. Where's that
Ooh.
coming from?
Where's that coming from? She has some of the dumbest dialogue. Like, I mean, that's not the actress's fault. I mean, just like her character has some of the dumbest
I
dialogue.
don't know what kind of game you guys are playing, but I don't like it.
I'm not sure that I'd roll outside, but I really don't know what I'd do at this point. Definitely would not go into that fucking barn. Oh my god, it's a biker guy. He's dead in my barn. He conveniently just fell down.
Where are you?
They really should call Pella and get new windows in this place. Just saying. I'm gonna try to do this without disturbing. Snickers. She keeps twitching. She's so asleep. Okay. then this is hard to do, but that's Coco and Lucky. Coco is the geriatric German Shepherd. Lucky is the one-eyed puggle. They're so good. It's the only time they're good is when they're asleep. Not kidding. I don't think you're gonna be able to get him CPR, sweetheart. Just saying all work. And yes, I'm using a space heater. I have my fire going over here. I don't have a furnace right now, kids. My furnace died. Going to have one installed on Monday. It was like 8 degrees this morning, and we're just living on space heaters and a fireplace. I have some fake blood on the stove. It was cooling off. Because I have a really cool photo shoot coming up in a couple weeks. She does make a few good decisions here. I mean, the fact that like, most of them, people would be like, oh my god, I can't touch it. And it's like, oh my god, fucking just grab the fucking knife. I don't care if it's your friend or not. Just grab the fucking knife. The fact that she does do that is pretty awesome. Again, you like question what people would do in situations. What are you gonna do? You're not like all, ooh, I'm ready to fight. Like, you'd be like me. If somebody broke my house right now, I'd be like, oh, fuck. Snickers ain't gonna save me, that's for sure. Lucky's like looking at me like, and I ain't gonna save you either, bitch. And there goes the members only jacket. Now that is a tragedy right there, kids. Harry Manfredini's music in these movies really adds a ton to it. Clearly in the first one, I mean, that is like, it's a character in and of itself. But then when you get into the later ones and they don't rely on that to like tell you when there's like stuff going on, the musical cues are great.
Keys.
Yeah, kind of need those if you're gonna start that damn band. Like a show about my dogs. See him over there, he's like, oh, he's having a bad dream or something, but I don't want to wake him up. Who knows what the hell he's dreaming about. Hopefully something good. Reserve tank, babe. Reserve tank. Jesus Christ, Dad, I told you this fridge was shit and you need to fix it. Okay, my fake blood's just not thick enough. Even put extra cornstarch in there. I like the color of it, so I'll figure it out. So it needs more like thickening stuff. See, usually I would just buy stage blood, but like I'm gonna have it all over me, so I really don't want to look like I went to the Carrie prom the day after. I'm looking for something, I'm trying to make something that's a little more washable. Which I can say, didn't stain my hands, but. What does this have to do with Friday the 13th, part 3? Nothing. And this is a good, bad idea. Like, the thought of trying to use yourself as a weapon. But then again, if he doesn't know you're there and you're up in the rafters, why would you make yourself known? This is gonna be a problem. I'm just also trying to make edible blood, and all of it relies on like chocolate syrup or cocoa powder. I hate chocolate. I hate it. Now I can like taste it on my hands. Yeah, I'm weird. Sorry. I hate chocolate. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. So, remember, she rode down on this rope earlier in the movie and she fell when he like let it drop, right? Like with a lot of slack. Now she just kind of wraps it around his neck a couple times, maybe taking what, maybe 2 feet off of it. Not that it matters. I love that. The creaking of the swinging. It's a good sound. I think I dig my way out the back or something. Yeah, just run. Yeah, you had a chance. No. And I love it. This is the only thing that makes me think the rape thing could be okay. The pervy look on his face. He's like, oh yeah, baby, it's me. I know your mangled dick anywhere. All right, Snakes. How is he like? He's been laying there bleeding out that whole time. No tourniquet, no nothing. That's okay. I like that he has a redemption moment. It's fine. Why he's paying so much attention to re-killing the person that he should have been killing solidly the first time. Kick him when he's down. And they'll never learn not to get in the boat. And it's just a pond. I mean, she could have like run way farther down the road. At least with Alice, it's like you get the impression, and Camp Crystal Lake is not big, but at least in the movie you get the impression that like she could float out and be far away. But on this one, it's like, honey, it's a retention pond. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like the safest place to me. I mean, especially since you're just gonna keep floating around from like shore to shore. And yeah, like that. A half-acre pond has a lot of trees in it, sweetie. Sorry. And yeah, this is like one of those like cheap things, but like that's an entire sequence. But yeah, definitely, which shows you how cold it is that the ducks are like, "Hey, babe, we're just flying through." She's just always so hysterical. So at the very end of this, again, not giving up any spoilers, when she just acts like crazy as shit going into the cop car, they just kind of were like, do whatever. And that was her thing. She was like, okay, just gonna act crazy as shit. It works.
Looks like she's the only one left alive.
What was all that about a lady in the lake?
She must have flipped out. That poor kid's been
I know,
through hell.
Poncherelli.
All the French. I'll take her.
The silver fox. I bet her parents like believe her now about that story that she told about that night in the woods. Told you so. Those motherfuckers didn't believe me, and Dad didn't believe me when I said that we needed to fix that fucking bridge. Oh man. And there we have it. Which this one is a good one that does a direct continuation to part 4, which is definitely one of the superior installments in the franchise. Maybe we'll have to do that next. Anyway, guys, this has been my drunken commentary on Friday the 13th, part 3. In 3D. I'm gonna have to wait because it'll go back into that. Okay. See, Daskowitz. Steve Dash. Awesome guy. R.I.P. Steve. I just can't like bring myself to turn this off. I'm going to. Hey, thanks, guys. And you have just officially probably watched your first movie on CED with me. Oh, the button on this does not say eject. They obviously learned their lesson. It says reject. Yeah. Bad connotation there, RCA, but whatever. There we go. And we're done.